Kirk Frost just had a live side-eye from baby Rasheeda, and it wasn't your usual side-eye before she left. How are things going for everyone? A moment, no. Sis went all lethal after Karlie Redd revealed a shocking revelation that left everyone's hair in shreds. Combat fatality on him, tilted and drooping jaws. Additionally, someone's relationship, reputation, or reality TV agreement is about to die a long and messy death when Karlie Redd shows up with receipts. But this is the real tea. For what reason did Rasheeda lash out at Kirk as though he had just confessed to robbing her mom's shop? What in front of stunned co-stars and rolling cameras? In particular, what did Karlie say that caused Rasheeda to lose her temper? Additionally, why does it appear that this is the start of Kirk and Rasheeda's deaths? Is it a disguised love child? Is a betrayal or possibly an unexpected partnership with Karlie Kirk caught on a security camera? Alright, it's not only tea today, it is all around us. This year's subscription feed is going to explode due to disagreement. So get some popcorn, hide your partner, and fasten your seatbelt. Take a seat, baby. ATL just gave us another hip-hop and romantic moment, so hold on to your pearls and put off your plans for tonight. The streets shook, and no, this isn't your average reality TV drama. This provided a battle zone that was live, raw, and hotter than Karlie Redd's most recent Botox procedure. Let's travel back in time because the teapot was not yet boiling. Screaming, Rasheeda, this self-described boss girl is yours and devoted wife, eventually losing its high meaning going all out in Kirk Frost, her walking red flag of a spouse. But why did she vanish? After being accused of cheating more times than his birthday, what did this man do? This time, what do parties do? Consider this. Then we are at a glamorous event in Atlanta that is sponsored by a pricey Fox brand that only celebrities who have coupons are interested in. It all seems to be relaxed. Cameras are rolling before Karlie Redd enters, as well as the clinking of wine glasses. Indeed, miss. Every item came with a receipt. As though she had just wrapped up recording a trending topic, she is strutting. Despite not being invited, she showed up to deliver, as well as what she created. Few not just drama, not just receipts. However, the entire room burst because it was an emotional bomb. Written and unapproved. Karlie takes the initiative and initiates a dispute that quickly turns into a verbal abuse. She begins, "There's something I've been holding back." Gucci appeared to be a ghost that Kirk had just seen. After that, she drops the grenade. "Do you want to tell Rasheeda about your short Miami weekend? She is her baby." The room became chilly. Rasheeda turned that neck as though his vocal cords were buffering, like a mechanical mannequin. Kirk stumbled. Karlie standing up and tackling the craziness as she recently demonstrated the BAT prizes for pettiness. You see, this was more than just drama. Let's work things out in front of cameras, producers, and a stunned audience after years of adultery and deceit. Live therapy sessions are being held. This was for a promotional image and serves. Keep in mind that Kirk's past is as dubious as a July palm tree. Can you remember baby Cannon? Indeed. Rasheeda continued to sob on couches and try to keep the family together with the child he had before getting married. In season 6, Kirk feigned to be amnesic and denied knowing the woman who recorded him at that wild pool party. But this level of exposure was new. Karlie Redd has come to get infants and blood. "I'm sick of being treated like a dirty aunt by TLs." She said that Kirk's name, voicemails, and photos were on a hotel keycard. The audience became silent as Karlie waved the card as if it were a blasted prize. After checking in with a non-wifey chick, Rasheeda then said, "You left this at the W." We spoke, switched roles, lunged, and kind of snapped like a security swarm while stating, "We're not talking shade." Did you ever witness someone move so fast that Rasheeda sprang across the room, yet the camera missed him? It seemed if Kirk wanted to disappear inside his own beard. She had an intensity about her that seemed to have lasted for 10 seasons. Karlie Redd said, "I told y'all," while backing away with her wig nearly flying off. Security claimed they weren't ready when the glasses cracked and the camera trembled. "Oh my dear." Rasheeda screamed and 3 paws were seen attempting to hold her. "I've been safeguarding you for 10 years, but you still bring me shame." Not a single lie was discovered. But hold on, because things get more wild at this point. According to an anonymous crew member who would get in touch with craft services Jelly, the hole was there until it wasn't. It was a fabricated scenario. The producers didn't realize that they thought Karlie was there to make trouble. The keycard was in her possession. She left such voicemails, but they didn't know. Oh, And they surely didn't know that she was prepared to risk being pulled live on TV by a furious Rasheeda. It also gets worse. Sources claim that Karlie did not receive the receipts through a friend or direct message. She got them on her own from the other woman. Indeed, precisely. Kirk appears to have a side chick whose identity is yet unknown, but it's said that Karlie received all of the receipts in direct messages from a Tampa-based wannabe influencer. Why? Since she thought Kirk would desert Rasheeda, she activated it as if Siri had discovered a mistake when he didn't. Give a voice command. Karlie got the messages, confirmed the hotel reservation, and got Kirk's voice notes in a whisper. I'm only with her for the brand. You know. How clearly foolish, deceitful, and hypocritical. That's all. The man Rasheeda built an empire with and who supported her during every scandal when no one else was captured again. Not just any old woman with a Snapchat filter, either. On this occasion, a woman dared to provide the ammunition to Redd, Karlie. Additionally, Karlie dared to make it public. The question at hand is whether Rasheeda's outburst was the final straw or merely another setback in her toxic marriage to Kirk Frost. We have only just begun. Thus, if you believed this brace yourself, that was the end of it. In the next part of this film, the side girl appears on Instagram Live. Even Mona Scott Young finds Rasheeda's choice unexpected, and the ATL cast takes sides. Furthermore, just when you're about to have a revelation from Karlie Redd that not only stirs the pot but also ruins the entire kitchen, imagine Karlie sitting elegantly on Instagram Live, wearing her trademark smug smile that reads, "I know anything that none of you do." Then the tea shows up, as if things couldn't get much messier. She reveals something startling that makes everything love and hip-hop lovers tumble into cardiac arrest. Rasheeda was never completely innocent throughout the whole Kirk cheating incident, based on her proof. Furthermore, it was alleged that Kirk was aware of Rasheeda's personal involvements, and they devised a perverse scheme to maintain appearances for the cameras and the store's sales. Oh, I can't. You had your own side projects while you were out here slapping Kirk the villain. As of right now, everyone is stating that Twitter went nuts after taking a sidelong glance at Rasheeda. Individuals started uncovering old movies, odd direct messages, and questionable timelines that were being cobbled together. This arrangement was in place, according to Karlie. So, while our hearts are aching over that cabin baby scandal, you two are out here posing for the cameras. However, fans said that Karlie didn't stop there. Oh no. She goes on to say that Kirk and Rasheeda's marriage is not so much a romantic relationship as it is a business. Arrangement. They aren't even legally no longer married, as Sis mentioned. They still behave as though they belong to the brand wing, despite the fact that their divorce was resolved years ago. As the documents were being stamped, filed, and put away in the horrible archives. This boss girl was acting like a devoted wife. True, we were not aware of that level of public relations expertise. The final dagger then shows up. The identity of the Atlanta music entrepreneur that Rasheeda supposedly hosted during one of Kirk's infidelity scandals is revealed by Karlie, who also claims to have paid Rasheeda multiple sizable checks. She never gave Kirk credit. What is shocking, now, if that isn't the case, Karlie Redd pretended to be a victim on TV and basically accused Rasheeda of emotional and financial infidelity. Naturally, Rasheeda didn't like criticism, and when she did respond, it wasn't on Twitter, Honey, or Shadow Hands. According to sources, Rasheeda showed up at a shooting site with no bling, ready to slam sweats on hair, knotted back, and supposedly flipped hairs in what they termed security chairs. According to reports, Karlie's wig wound up in a plant pot. I'm not saying it happened, but the caretaker definitely found the 30-in bundle that didn't belong to anyone on payroll. Regarding guess who decided to go live in the midst of all this craziness? Kirk. Yes, in a 10-year drama performance, Kirk Frost is trying to look as indifferent as ever while driving, bumping 90 seconds and pretending he hasn't been exposed for his complicity in a marriage. Wait, boy, if you don't log off, and neither do you, as fans, bloggers, and even former producers start speaking out since they no longer have an NDA to fear, the situation gets much worse. One whistleblower, who will only be identified as Sabrina, also claims that the Rasheeda-Kirk love narrative arc was painstakingly planned. According to Sabrina, the drama involving breakups, frozen bank accounts, cosmetics, and baby mamas has been there since the second season. Much of it was orchestrated chaos, designed to protect their brand as they profited from product sales, club appearances, endorsements, and performances. As you are probably aware, reality TV don't be surprised. The game is more fake than Kirk's loyalty. It's astounding, though, how far these two reportedly went to maintain the charade. Scandals, fake financial statements, staged texts, and even leaked direct conversations. Kirk and Rasheeda collaborated to agitate the situation when the ratings declined. Really, what on earth is the charm of Mona Scott? Moreover, the background was not the only area that was altered. According to Tabin, our fake source, Rasheeda disparaged a number of female co-stars who tried to, even though they knew they weren't really together, they still went too near to Kirk. So, darling, all of those yelling fights and crying confessionals in the trap house was Shakespeare. Furthermore, don't assume that Karlie only made this revelation to get favor. As of right now, she pledges to reveal even more details about Scrappy Kirk, Rasheeda Bambi, and the entire ensemble in her teaser book, Unfiltered Red, which exposes the reality they attempted to conceal, and the worst is yet to come. She already has an appointment for a promotional interview with academic DJs. Additionally, you are well aware of the issue. Increases tenfold when scholars participate. Now, let's not forget about the supporters. They're doing more than just watching this. They're picking sides. They're drawing the battle lines. Additionally, some of them acted as though she had personally lied to them, are starting to turn on Rasheeda. It's unbelievable that I stood up for her. Rasheeda was gaslighting us through the screen, according to one admirer, because it turns out that she has been a part of her own hoax for all these years. Another commenter said, "Girl, I want my tears back." While ATL streets are busy and the businesses Rasheeda once proudly partnered with are slowly pulling back. One online fan pointed out that Rasheeda's well-known press-on nail collaboration was subtly discontinued after the store published a mysterious "we no longer associate" with this influencer from shops. The statement read, "You know something is amiss when even nail glue won't stick to you. The most significant shift is on the horizon." Hip-hop and love producers, according to many insiders, are in a panic. Let's see if Karlie's claims are true and the Rasheeda Kirk marriage surprise turns out to be a total fabrication. The foundation of the franchise is questioned. And what else was fake? For example, was anything else planted? Is Mama D indeed the mother of Scrappies? Or is that just another story point for Mona, an infant that was conceived in a New York boardroom? The legal sharks are already swarming with cases involving kids and fraudulent marriage contracts for television if there were fake narratives or contrived financial difficulties. Someone's somewhere, they broke the law. And we're talking about more than just minor infractions. Consider reality, TV racketeering, contract manipulation, and even potential tax fraud as losses for the business if any of these steps are claimed. After all, this is more than simply tea. It's an espresso with a hint of controversy and a hint of criminality. Rasheeda's staff is also hustling because, according to accounts, Karlie is out here smiling like the Grinch who stole her job. According to reports, a crisis PR firm has been enlisted. There is no longer any activity on Kirk's Instagram. The producers of Love and Hip Hop are considering kicking Rasheeda and Kirk out of the next season to avoid more legal problems. Karlie is over there, in the meantime, negotiating podcast deals and dropping clues about voicemails, screenshots, and even court appearances documents that provide complete evidence for her story. Oh, it isn't done yet. And then there's another twist as the dust starts to settle. The source of this data is an anonymous Twitter account that claims to be the former helper of Rasheeda. Rasheeda has been dating an out-of-state boyfriend for the last 3 years. Kirk knows he has a Miami woman of his own. They're not in love, they collaborate on business. After that, the internet falls apart entirely. Therefore, in addition to the current dispute, the potential fallout from the actual program's imperial legacy may have repercussions for sponsors, cast members, and possibly the reality TV business itself. And if you thought part 2 was insane, you'd better buckle up because wait until we go to the following stage. Because of this footage, not many authorities were involved. Fans organized the boycotts. It's the house of cards for hip-hop and love. Baby, Messi's brick is falling apart. Are you ready, brick? Hurry up. Furthermore, guess who just slid into the catastrophe region at that precise moment? Fasten your seatbelt, honey. You believed there was no way this carnival could become any wilder. Mama D, the Royal Highness of Trash herself, was reportedly spotted leaving shortly after Rasheeda and Kirk's heated altercation in Atlanta at the same club. Could this be a coincidence? Or is Mama D the secret mastermind behind all of this conflict in the vein of VH1? Nevertheless, unidentified insiders' TM-style drone footage showed Kirk Frost leaving Frost Bistro while the bloggers were still struggling to breathe, babbling to himself like a man who has just been read for total fill. He slammed his automobile door shut. Insiders claim that in addition to being furious, the man was also terrified. Sources claim that he immediately called his attorney to ask whether unintentionally cheating again would be considered illegal. Error. Your whole mistakes are the foundation of the brand, sir. Karlie Redd reportedly cried backstage at this event when the situation calmed down, but not because she felt awful about spilling tea. No. The reason Sis was crying was because she didn't want Rasheeda to learn this way. Hey girl, what else were you going to do? Smoke detectors. Recall those classified surveillance recordings from Frost Astro? Everything turned radioactive there. Okay, so I leaked the part that ended up in Shade Room, which shows Kirk and Karlie Redd in a private booth looking very at ease. We are at ease when we lean in, laugh, and speak in each other's ears as though they were recording. The betrayal edition of Love and Hip Hop is in its next season. Even worse, it is reported that this meeting happened just a few nights prior to the combat. As if that wasn't horrible enough, Ender Stage left Jasmine Washington. The first baby mom bombshell was, in fact, she immediately shares an enigmatic Instagram tale. Kirk's use of deceptive links was far from over, as I have stated. My only wish is that Rasheeda will eventually wake up. Ma'am, we weren't ready. In a matter of seconds, the statement also became viral. 3 seconds. However, aficionados immediately started comparing notes, screenshots, and timelines. You'd think they were FBI employees. The alleged nuclear rumor that has everyone in a tailspin is here. It wasn't just Kirk who Karlie Redd was showing fondness for. It was reported that she was out for revenge. According to anonymous insiders, yes, she was fed up with being disregarded. Fed up with Rasheeda being seen as the comic relief of the hip-hop and love worlds. Fed up with her acting above the drama. Then, what did she do? Like a soap opera villain, she allegedly planned the entire affair using Wi-Fi. We're talking about voice memos, well-crafted texts, and meetings. In case she required receipts, at places where photographers had previously been put by mistake. Sis even attended one of the dinners wearing a microphone. Not to mention that this is the same woman who previously pretended to have an engagement ring on in order to keep her time on camera. The cherry on top of the cake sundae was a raging catastrophe. Reports indicate that producers are in a state of chaos. Since the reunion is a huge hit with viewers, they are hurrying to re-edit the entire season to highlight this drama. One source claims that even though the show was pre-planned, there were more viral moments from Thismore combat than in the 2 seasons prior. The Chili Open, and perhaps the Season 15 trailer will all be featured in the promo. Priorities. Kirk Frost is reportedly remaining silent in the interim. After all, some claim that he's hidden in Miami. According to others, he is in his mother's house watching old Rasheeda music videos while sobbing into a vintage bubblegum. Anyway, the guy hasn't posted anything yet. Hoodie. Noah's PPP notes. I'm sorry, no, I'm still working on my PR statement. Nothing. In the caption of a boomerang shot she posted of herself looking glammed up, subtle, and iconic, Rasheeda wrote, "Never let a clown ruin your crown. No, queen, not at all. Get away from him already." Fans immediately flooded in with comments like "Sis, drop the boutique, release the man, give it up, and get up." A few of you were burning, so let's talk about fandom for a moment. We're on fire. We all need a national if Rasheeda stays with Kirk after this. At this point, Karlie deserves her own true crime due to lies, and lace, said another commenter. There was a pause. It appears that a virtual prayer circle was formed via the internet. How much more can one lady handle from insults, tweets, TikToks, and memes? But wait, you thought we were done. Plot twist. There are now reports that executives from Love and Hip Hop are talking about transforming this into their own Imagine scandal with more wigs and fire ethics. Tentative title: The Frost Files. Karlie Redd has reportedly already been requested to portray herself in our limited series. And let's just say that she is quite interested. Mention Spice, Bambi, and Sierra, who reportedly unfollowed Karlie Redd on Instagram in a subdued but audible declaration that we don't support snakes. Within hours, fans learnt about it and quickly developed a thorough conspiracy complete with a map identifying the parties involved. "Dude, I'm not going to touch that stuff with a 10FT McBoom," young jock said, adding laughter to his radio broadcast. "But let's just say that Atlanta is constantly on the go." This basically indicates that he is aware of, "Don't worry." The internet responded to the idea that Kirk would try to file charges for defamation of character by saying, "Sir, you already defamed yourself with a decade of stupidity." Kirk is too smart to be lured into the tumultuous group discussion with possible legal ramifications. Sit down. Consequently, if that weren't the problem now, is what happens next. Apparently, Karlie is also discussing a lawsuit against a certain